The technique for slow cooking short ribs with red wine reduction. Short ribs are one of the best cuts for slow cooking, becoming incredibly tender when braised in a rich red wine reduction. The technique involves searing, slow simmering, and reducing the sauce for deep, complex flavors. The slow cooking process allows the meat to absorb the flavors of wine, herbs, and aromatics, resulting in a dish that's both elegant and comforting. Whether served over mashed potatoes or creamy polenta, this dish is a favorite for special occasions and cozy dinners. Choosing the best short ribs for braising. For the best results, choose bone-in short ribs, as they provide more flavor and help keep the meat tender. The marbling in short ribs is key to achieving a melt-in-your-mouth texture. Look for well-marbled cuts with a good balance of meat and fat. While boneless short ribs can be used, bone-in ribs enhance the dish's richness, especially when slow cooked over several hours. Properly trimmed ribs ensure the best balance of fat and lean meat. Searing the ribs for maximum flavor. Before slow cooking, searing the ribs in a hot pan with oil is essential. This step creates a deep, caramelized crust that adds a rich, smoky flavor to the dish. The goal is to brown all sides evenly, locking in juices while adding complexity to the final dish. Use a heavy-bottomed pot or Dutch oven for even heat distribution. Once seared, remove the ribs and set them aside while preparing the braising liquid. Building a flavorful braising base. Aromatics such as onions, carrots, and celery form the base of the braising liquid. Sauté these vegetables in the same pot until softened, then add garlic, tomato paste, and fresh herbs like thyme and rosemary. The tomato paste adds depth, while the herbs infuse the dish with fragrance. Deglazing the pan with red wine lifts flavorful browned bits from the bottom, ensuring every element contributes to the final taste. Choosing the right wine for braising. A full-bodied red wine like Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, or Syrah works best for braising short ribs. The wine should have good acidity and tannins to break down the meat's fibers, resulting in tender, flavorful ribs. Avoid overly sweet wines, as they can overpower the dish. Simmering the wine before adding the broth helps concentrate its flavors, making the final reduction more robust and complex. Slow cooking for tender, fall-apart meat. After adding beef broth to the pot, return the seared ribs and let them slowly braise at a low temperature. Cooking at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 degrees Celsius, for 2.5 to 3 hours allows the collagen to break down, transforming the tough meat into fork tender bites. The key is patience. Low and slow cooking ensures the best texture. Halfway through, turn the ribs to ensure even cooking and absorption of flavors. The result is rich, succulent meat that easily pulls apart. Reducing the sauce for a silky finish. Once the ribs are done, remove them from the pot and strain the braising liquid. Simmer the liquid over medium heat to reduce it into a thick, velvety sauce. This process intensifies the wine's deep flavors while concentrating the aromatics. For extra silkiness, whisk in a small amount of butter at the end. The final sauce should coat the back of a spoon, providing a glossy, flavorful finish to the dish. Serving and pairing suggestions. Braised short ribs pair beautifully with mashed potatoes, polenta, or buttered noodles, as these absorb the rich sauce. Garnishing with fresh parsley or chives adds a touch of brightness to balance the dish's deep flavors. A side of roasted vegetables or sautéed greens complements the richness. For wine pairing, serve with the same red wine used in cooking to enhance the dish's overall harmony. Storing and reheating for enhanced flavor. Like many slow-cooked dishes, short ribs taste even better the next day as flavors continue to meld. Store leftovers in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. Reheat gently in a pan over low heat, adding a splash of broth or wine to keep the sauce from drying out. Freezing is also an option, with ribs keeping well for up to 3 months when stored properly. Elevating the dish with variations. For a unique twist, add ingredients like balsamic vinegar, dark chocolate, or a hint of espresso to deepen the sauce's complexity. Some variations incorporate Asian flavors by using soy sauce, ginger, and star anise. Experimenting with different herbs and spices allows for customization while maintaining the essence of this classic slow-cooked dish. Whether traditional or with a creative twist, red wine braised short ribs remain a timeless favorite.